Welcome back to the next session of question series number 16. Considering the formation, breaking and strength of hydrogen bond. Predict which of the following mixture will show a positive deviation from Rowlett's law. Methanol and acetone, chloroform and acetone, nitric acid and water, phenol and aniline. So here, a trick to find out the positive deviation and the negative deviation. Quick identification, please by heart this table. Ideal solution and non-ideal solution. Ideal solutions are N-butyl bromide and butyl chloride. Ethyl bromide plus ethyl chloride. Chlorobenzene plus bromobenzene. N-hexane plus N-heptane. Both are same for ideal solution. In case of non-ideal solution, positive deviation and negative deviation. In positive deviation, CH3OH, methyl alcohol plus water, and ethyl alcohol, C2H5OH plus water. Another thing, methyl alcohol, CH3OH plus carbon tetrachloride, and acetone plus carbon disulfide, acetone plus ethanol alcohol, OL, carbon tetrachloride plus toluene. So whichever thing I've circled, all belongs to positive deviation. Alcohol, carbon tetrachloride and carbon disulfide and alcohol again. So when these combination comes, positive deviation, 99% in NEET exams, if you learn this positive deviation means any type of alcohol or any carbon disulfide with any combination, and carbon tetrachloride with any combination comes immediately, you substitute it as a positive deviation. 99% I'm sure to get an answer, correct answer will get these tricks. If it is in a negative deviation, mostly acid, hydrochloric acid plus water, nitric acid HNO3 plus water, and hydronium ion plus formic acid, water plus acetic acid, chloroform plus benzene, acetic acid plus pyridine, alcohol plus acetic acid. Give importance to acid first, and acetone plus aniline is the exception. Aniline. These are underlined words: hydrochloric acid, nitric acid, formic acid, acetic acid, chloroform, acetic acid, and aniline it counts. You just write a negative deviation. So one small trick is negative deviation means acid, positive deviations are alcohol, carbon disulfide and carbon tetrachloride. And the question, methanol, alcohol and acetone. So they have asked a positive deviation, chloroform and aniline and acid. These are negative deviation. Alcohol is a positive deviation. Click to write 4 marks. Easily you can secure this one. Please learn this thing. Note bin, positive deviation, alcohol, carbon disulfide and chloroform. Carbon tetrachloride. And negative deviation, mostly acids and. Next question. 4 liter of 0.02 molarity aqueous solution of sodium chloride was diluted by adding 1 liter of water. We are adding 1 liter of water. The molarity of the resultant solution is. Molarity is equal to N by V is the formula to be in a liter. So molarity they have given 0.02. So liter is given as a 4 liter. So N only to be found out. So 0.02 is equal to N by 4 liter. Therefore cross multiplication 0.02 into 4 is equal to N is equal to 0.08. So number of moles is 0.08. But the volume of the solution is changed to 5 liters because added 1 liter to this 4 liter make up into 5 liters. So molarity is equal to N by V. Molarity is equal to, calculating, N is already we found as a 0.08 and the volume is changed into 5. So 0.08 divided by 5, we are getting 0.016 molarity. 0.016 molarity. Depression of freezing point of which of the following solution best represents the cryoscopic constant of water? cryoscopic constant of water. So 6% by mass of urea is aqueous solution. 100 gram aqueous solution containing 18 grams of glucose. 1 molarity KCl solution in water. 59 grams of aqueous solution containing 9 grams of glucose. So here TF is equal to KF into M. So delta TF is equal to KF. So we should find out what is M, because M is equal to molarity is equal to number of moles divided mass of solvent. It will be in a kg. Number of moles is weight by molecular weight. Weight of solvent is 50 grams. Here 59 grams of solution, aqueous solution they have given. So what? Here 59 of solution they have given. In the question they have given as a 59 grams of aqueous solution containing a solute of glucose. Solution and solute. When a solute is mixed with the solvent only, we will get a solution. So solution and solute is given, but not solvent is given. So we can see solute minus, solution is 59 and minus the solute of 9 grams, we are getting solvent. 59 minus 9, we are getting 50 grams of solvent. So like that, we have to separate the aqueous solution and solute of weight of getting the solvent weight. So weight of solvent is 50 grams to be converted into kg. So gram to kg divided by 1000, 50 divided by 1000. So molarity LITY is equal to N number of moles. It's nothing but weight by molecular weight. Weight of the solute is 9 grams. And molecular weight of glucose is 180, C6H12O6. 6 into 12 and 12 into 1 hydrogen, 6 into 16. Totally adding, we are getting 180 is the molecular weight of glucose. So 9 gram of glucose weight divided by molecular weight of glucose 180 and divided by weight of solvent is nothing but 1 by 50 by 1000 will go to the numerator. 9 into 1 into 1000 divided by 180 into 50. So 50, 10 cancel. This 5 in 100, 20 times. 20 into 9, 180 already in the denominator 180. 180 by 180 is equal to 1 is the molarity value. If the molarity value is 1 means delta TF is equal to KF. So M is equal to 1. So what the answer is 1. 59 grams of aqueous solution contains a 9 gram of aqueous solutions. It has nothing but same depression in the freezing point and a cryoscopic constant of K value. Depression of freezing point is delta TF and cryoscopic constant of water is KF value. Both are same. Only in the case of 59 gram aqueous solutions containing the 9 grams of glucose. Next question. At a given temperature, osmotic pressure of concentrated solution of substance is higher than that of dilute solution, is lower than that of dilute solution, is the same that of dilute solution. It cannot be compared with the osmotic pressure of the solution. We know osmotic pressure pi is equal to CRT. C is nothing but concentration of the solution. So please by heart this trick. Higher the concentration of the solution at the standard temperature, this higher will be the osmotic pressure. If the concentration is higher, osmotic pressure also would be higher because pi is directly proportional to concentrations. Pi osmotic pressure is directly proportional to concentration. More concentration, more osmotic pressure. Less concentration, less osmotic pressure. So higher the, they have given for here higher than that of the dilute solution. Which of the following unit is useful relating concentration of a solution with its vapor pressure? So here the relative vapor pressure is nothing but vapor pressure of the pure solvent, vapor pressure of the pure solvent into mole fraction of the solvent. Vapor pressure of the solution of component A is equal to vapor pressure of the pure solvent into, component of A into mole fraction of the component of A, A solvent. Mole fraction is called XA. Vapor pressure of pure solvent is called naught, and vapor pressure of the solution is called as a PA. Here, solution is there, solvent is there, and mole fraction is there, mole fraction of the solvent. Totally, this vapor pressure of solution is directly proportional to the mole fraction of the solvent. Mole fraction of the solvent XA component is equal to Na divided by Na plus N. So it is nothing but mole fraction. Thanks for watching, students.